Okay, Sandra, we have September the 25th, 1970 at 1800 hours, which is 6:10 p.m. Your location of your birth, Waxahachie. Okay? So we got all the right places at all the right times. And dear, you are not in the pit. You are a beautiful Virgo. And you have Uranus with your sun there. Okay? And you have a Mercury-Mars conjunction in Leo. Can you see that? Mercury, Mars, and Leo. Okay, I got me another mouse here so I can talk. Jupiter is also in Virgo. And it's further enough away from the sun that it's not combust. But Uranus is combust of the sun. And that means it's debilitated, okay? Means it's not going to be much of an impact. I'm going to refer to this in the constellation that it properly came from, even though they call it Leo. Your Venus is in the eagle. This is the eagle, and where you see the claws, or these balances, are actually the claws of the eagle, and it's supposed to be this serpent that this guy over here is holding. It was supposed to come down into here, but they changed all that. The Romans, this is a Greco/Roman calendar, but the Greeks didn't actually recognize the scorpion because it was the serpent, which was wisdom. But you don't have to deal with any of that anymore because you truly are a Virgo. Let's see what else we got going on. I wish I could do a little better job, but currently this phone is all I have that will give me audio. Your Saturn is in Taurus. Now you can go on the other charts and they actually do tell you what planets are aspected correctly, but they just do it in the wrong sign. So it takes a lot of effort and a lot of homework to go through this and get the correct information. Your moon is in Cancer, which actually isn't Cancer either, but that's what we're given today. And I don't know the state of your moon or the state of your planets if they're in Aquarius, but I am curious because I'm not seeing Neptune and I'm not seeing Pluto. So let me type that in right quick. Pull this up over here. I want to search. But you can take the information I've got you and follow the links that I have provided in my Google Plus or just the astrologer, the Vedic astrologers. Stay out of the Western astrology. Okay, your Neptune is also here, and the serpent. And, well, you would say Libra here, but in the claws of the eagle. And that's a story I'll just sit down and have to do one day. I want to go back to that same field and find out where your Pluto is. Now, I am no astrologer. I just happen to know that all this crap was wrong because I study languages. Okay, you're a Pluto in Virgo. You're a game changer generation. This is very important. You're a very important person where this is concerned, because to be part of the game changer is you'll be part of the generation that's going to make it better for our children. Okay, mine got caught back here in Leo, but you're here. This is good. And today, well, we know where Pluto's going to be. You'll come into full force with your Pluto when this 2020 conjunction goes down with Jupiter and Saturn. You'll be part of the change. Okay? That's what that means. And that's very important. And most Western astrology sucks, girl. They leave everything important that's out. But you're definitely a Virgo with Uranus and Pluto and Jupiter all right there with you. How about that? So you're not in the pit after all. I call it the pit. That's what I call it. I call it the pit from hell. because the Egyptians had 9 planets and 9 constellations. When Alexander the Great went in, they didn't understand what they saw out of Egypt. They had their own, but they had 11 constellations, the Greeks did. So they absorbed what information they could. Well, Alexander the Great pretty much stormed through Babylon, tried to get into India, turned around, went to Egypt, and ironically ended up dying there at 33 years old. It seems to be a pattern with that 33 and these great leaders. But anyway, you don't have to deal with any of that, because your Jupiter, your Pluto, and your Sun, as a matter of fact, your Pluto is behind your Sun. So Pluto represents the id. It's your subconscious. So I bet you do feel intense right now. No wonder you feel so intense. You needed to know this. It makes perfect sense what you said to me now that I'm sitting here looking at it. Because, you know, that's what the government's going to have to deal with, and the church is going to have to deal with come 2020. Because Saturn and Jupiter represent the church. When it happens in Capricorn in 2020, Pluto's going to be sitting in the back of their ass. And they're going to be feeling real intense, the church and the state. Because we're moving into the sign of Aquarius, which represents the people. He rises in, it's done for them. We're finally going to get a voice, and you're going to be part of that generation. To see that change come through, that your voice needs to be out there, as far as I'm concerned, especially if you've got Uranus debilitated, and Pluto is just, you're how do I say this? Wherever you carry the sun in your chakras is where your subconscious mind is going to be. Now, in my older videos, I've done a lot about the chakras and the colors and how they flipped that on us too, right? They gave us everything backwards and upside down. Now, all I'm doing is trying to unravel this mess they've made. And when I find truth, I try to share it. Like I said, I'm no astrologer, but I suggest you find you some good Vedic astrology. You can follow the links I provide. I probably should make a better playlist than I've got. It's kind of all scattered, because I'm kind of all over the place between languages and the stars, and who's the good guy and who's the bad guy and what's really going on. But I try to take time and help my subs at least realize who you are. And right now, your sun, you were born, Jupiter is in the exact spot where your sun is born right now. You know, everybody's moved around, like I just showed you a while ago. The sun is way over here in Leo, and they're telling us it's in Virgo. Now, so you don't have to deal with that either. But your Mars and your Mercury is together, so your strength right there where those two is concerned, Mercury being your communication and Mars being your action. So you definitely, you have, and it's in Leo, so you have a powerful voice. Mercury is your voice, and you have a power of commandment. All you got to say is do this, do that. Literally. You can command your future. That's what that says to me. It being in power, empowered in Leo, and Mars is just backing up your Mercury. Your action is your voice. So take Pharaoh's advice. Speak it, demand it be written, and then demand it be done. Let's check out one more thing. What is this little star in her mouth? Being as we're talking about mouth. Now to get that, I'm going to have to drag you back over here. And let's put you in Arabic. Because I'm not worth a crap at this stuff in English. But I know Arabic. They lie to us and hide everything to us. In this tradition we got. And they did it on purpose. name of that star. Let's get back over here. They don't give me the name of it? No. Of course they're not. But you see how it changes here in the Arabic. And you'll see how they change this here. And that this is the southern claw. How come it's a claw, right? It's because it was a damned eagle. The eagle's claws, the eagle and the serpent. And they've dragged the serpent way up here. Anyway, that's another story for another day. Even though your Venus is there, that's your heart, your love, and it's traveling alongside Jupiter. So that's not bad at all. So if you do this right and you put the serpent here, I would say that your Venus is wisdom. You have a wise, your wisdom. Your love is, you love wisdom. Either you love wisdom or vice versa. Yeah, this has to do with knowledge. You have a great love of knowledge, a love of wisdom. There you go. You can call that truth if you want to. But that's how it is, how I see it. But check around. Like I said, I don't know what's in retrograde. I don't have access to any of that information. And I'm working off of my little net book here. It's not even big enough to have a hard drive. And I did attach a mouse to it so I could hold my phone while I talk to you. And I hope this helped. And you're just coming into Virgo. So you're just the first few degrees of Virgo. So when you do look it up, each constellation is broken down into 3 sections. The most powerful being the middle. And yours is entering into Virgo. So the Lord of your house will be in the first few degrees to Virgo. If you want to look that up in the Picatrix, it will only give you the name in the Arabic. You might be able to find that information somewhere else, or ask your Vedic astrologer. Who, the Lord, or deacon, let me put it that way. Some use word Lord, some use deacon. But it's divided into 3 houses. The deacon coming in, the deacon that sits in the middle, and the deacon going out. And your Jupiter's on the other side. So you have your Sun and Uranus coming in, and Jupiter on the other side. Miss Virgo, go live your new life, because you got one. And have a nice day.